An acquaintance of ours got his inexperienced and unprofitable son to do a business worth millions of rupees only because a friend of his had got his son to do the same business. Ego problems, stubbornness, and an abundance of money forced him to do so, and the result was, as is often the case with such ventures, a few months later the business tanked badly and suffered a serious loss. In 1998, when I first came to London, I got a job at Chingford Fruit Factory, a large company. The factory received hundreds of tons of fruit from Europe on a daily basis, which, after sorting and grading, was supplied to various major supermarkets in the UK. In the department where I worked, we were given computer printed lists. According to these lists, we had to go to the cold room and storage room to check the fruit, whether the goods are ready or not according to the standards and order of the supermarkets. Antonio, a young man from Italy, my age, had been working in my department for the past 8 to 10 months. I became friends with him and we often chatted when we met. I noted that Antonio was very discriminated against by supervisors and managers. Many such works, which were not supposed to be done by him, were done by him. In an 8-hour shift, he would also work in his department, and in addition to many other tasks like cleaning the floors, making tea for the managers, and even many times I saw him cleaning the washroom. While doing all this, there was never a bill on his forehead. Time passed, and after about 8 months, we found out that Antonio was going back to Italy. When he came to visit us, his style was completely different. Expensive suits, pointed boots, and shiny expensive watches. Antonio was completely unrecognizable. When I asked him the reason for going back to Italy, he told me something that surprised me and contained the secret of a successful business. He said that whatever fruit comes to this fruit factory, it comes from his father's factory in Italy. I asked in surprise that if your father has a business worth crores, why did you bear all this here? Antonio replied that this is our serious business, and when our elders are going to give us a responsibility, they first send us out of the country or city to a place where we can get experience. He added that the experience is not only for a manager level, but we are asked to learn every small and big task. In these 2 years, I learned exactly how a worker thinks, how hard he works, and how a manager handles many complex tasks smoothly. In our case, the tragedy is that the owner of a factory, even the owner of a shop, feels embarrassed to get up and drink water. In a large office, an employee is also called by ringing a bell to pick up an object placed in front of them. I was just wondering how we can progress in business or many other aspects of life with this kind of thinking, focusing on the best education of your children instead of correcting every wrong at the expense of wealth will help them in every field of life.